What's up, world? Uko here from Better Therapy Now, where you sharpen your discipline. Master time management with this 2-minute strategy. Time management hits close to home for me. When I was in my teens, in my 20s, I think time management was my biggest weakness and why I failed to accomplish my most important goals at that time in my life. I didn't know how to prioritize, and I was too addicted to the dopamine rush of just checking off something on my to-do list instead of identifying what are the key tasks that are going to move the needle forward in terms of my goals. And that is what the Eisenhower matrix really helps with. If you ever feel like you work all day and get nothing done, this strategy will help you. The number one strategy that I use is the Eisenhower matrix, which breaks tasks down into 4 different categories that I'll get into in this video. The Eisenhower matrix is also known as the urgent important matrix. It comes from the President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was a master at getting important things done. The Eisenhower matrix breaks all tasks down into 4 categories. Category 1 is urgent and important. That means do these things now. They have to be done. Things like deadlines or emergency situations. Quadrant 2 is not urgent, but important. You want to schedule these things. These are things like long-term planning, self-care, growth. Quadrant 3 is urgent, but not important. You want to delegate these tasks. These are normally distractions that feel very urgent, but they're not in line with your true goals. In quadrant 4, these are not urgent and not important tasks. You want to delete these tasks from your life. These are usually just mindless scrolling or anything that is a distraction. This isn't just productivity fluff. In Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he talks about quadrant 2, the not urgent but important quadrant. This is where you do your long-term planning, activities for growth, self-care. And he says that people that spend more time in quadrant 2 have less stress and more productivity over time. And this is an easy way you can use the Eisenhower matrix today. Dump all your tasks on a sheet of paper and then move them around strategically. Be very intentional about how you label each task so that you can break them down into quadrant 1 through 4. For example, if you have a report due tomorrow, you'd put that in quadrant 1, the urgent and important. But if you have a side hustle or a business that you're starting, you put that in quadrant 2. It's going to take time. You want a time blocker, set aside time to do that habit. So for example, if you have a report due tomorrow, you want to put that in quadrant 1, the urgent and important quadrant. But if you're starting a side hustle or starting a new business, you want to put that in quadrant 2, the not urgent but important, and you want to set aside time to work on that side business. But if you have a bunch of emails that are not urgent, you want to delegate that or delay it. For me, the biggest thing that the Eisenhower matrix helped with was clarity. I was able to clarify what was important, and I was doing tasks that moved the needle forward. So what's your biggest time management struggle? Tell me in the comments below. My name's Uko from Better Therapy Now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.